People trying to maximize their retirement savings goals now have an extra month to contribute to the 2021 IRA accounts, and the IRS deadline extension for filing taxes this year also means more time to put money away for potential rainy days in the years ahead. So Jill Schlesinger is here to discuss all of this. I think after the year that we've lived, people are a little more sensitive to rainy day funds. The IRS extended the deadline to May 17th. How can people make the most of this extra month?
Well, first of all, I want to remind people that you really should not be waiting till the last minute to file your taxes unless you owe money. And you know what? 85% of us actually get a refund. And that's why we want people to actually get on it and file early. And one idea is to take that refund and address what I always like to call your big three. So that's your emergency reserve fund. That's money you have in the bank just in case something bad happens. And as you said, we just learned that bad things can happen out of the blue. And then you look at maybe paying down some debt or putting money into your retirement accounts. So I think that what's fascinating is right now, we have a lot of people who are getting tax refunds, who got stimulus checks, they've got money on hand, and you're right. They have the ability to put that up to $6,000 away before tax filing deadline in their IRAs or Roth IRAs. And by the way, if you're over the age of 50, you can actually put an extra $1,000 in.
What is your advice when it comes to creating an asset mix and investing your IRA in, something, I don't know, I guess investing your IRA, especially when we're looking at this current climate when it comes to the market?
You know, it's fascinating to me because a lot of people start taking on so much risk because the markets are already high. And yet, if we go back a year ago, I was on your air and I was saying, calm down, don't bail out of everything. So in a weird way, I want you to remember that you felt awful last year when you were scared and the market was plummeting. And that will help inform you today. And for most people, we use diversified portfolios, some stocks, some bonds, some cash, maybe some commodities. And that allows you to spread out risk. And essentially, you don't want everything acting in the same way at all times. And the other important aspect of this is that it's easier now to do this. Every big investment company allows you to take a risk assessment questionnaire. It takes into account your age and your comfort with risk, and it will build out a portfolio for you. It's really a few clicks. But remember, the old idea of don't put all your eggs in one basket, it holds up with your portfolio, even if your best friend put all of his or her money into GameStop and made $1 gazillion.
Thank you. What else should viewers keep in mind when it comes to retirement savings?
You know, it doesn't really matter that you are starting late or that you are only having a few dollars every pay period that comes out of your it goes into your employer plan. The most important thing is start, do something. And I want to be clear that I hear from people all the time on my podcast, and they tell me, like, I just started with $25 a pay period and it worked. And you can accumulate what you need if you are diligent and you just keep at it. So the consistency is so important. So don't be discouraged if you feel like you've got a late start. Just do something, get into this habit of saving for the long term. It really does help and allows you to maintain it throughout your work years.
Yeah, anything is better than nothing at all. Don't be intimidated. Jill, thank you very much.
Sure.